Make sure those airlock doors are secure. Yeah, we don't want to revisit movie night or anything like that.
You shouldn't be listening to this if you're a child.
Go play mini golf. We should get mini golf on the station.
Share like a blacklight mini golf so we could do it in the dark.
Yeah, can we like order a mini golf set with like a T-Rex and stuff up here?
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Okay, we'll check it. We'll check Space Amazon later.
Colin Allen Valentine, are you hearing this? What do you have to say for yourself?
I am the Bat.
Yes, you're the Bat. And the Bat is the reason we didn't take Best Costume again, mister. Last year it was Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, and the Bat. And how about the time we were the hard-rocking quartet of Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and the Bat?
The night is mine!
Sell it somewhere else, Colin. It's not me you should be apologizing to. Poor Phantom Spaceman spent a month sewing his group theme appropriate costume.
And that's probably why he won Best Costume.
Oh, what is that sass I hear? Look, everybody, Colin's back.
Okay, well. I will be calling for the remainder of this episode, but then after that, the Bat. There's crime on this space station. I will stop it.
And we're back. We're back after an unexpected hiatus to deal with some Colin's space shuttle crashed. So we
full disclosure, out of the bit of us being in space, I started work again, and so the first week back. So this is like the third week of work. So the first week of work, I'm like, I'm fucking tired. I can't record. And Grimmia's like, that's fair. And then we're all geared up to record second week. And then my wife got into a car accident. She is fine. I always have to like add that on right at the end because the next question is she okay? Yes, she's fine. It just sucked. And it was like, this is so stressful and I'm so tired and we're just, but everything's kind of okay now. So yeah.
So his space shuttle crashed.
Yeah, back to the, my space shuttle, which is ridiculous considering someone hit the space shuttle. You could have gone over, above it, like under it.
Like so many different dimensions in space.
Yeah, in space, there are directions, man.
There are 6 pedals and infinite directions.
Why are there 6 pedals if there are only 4 directions? Tune in next week when we start our Red versus Blue rewatch podcast.
Oh God, it's been a very
very long
time.
That's actually might be in contention for what we watch after Venture Bros. Red versus Blue.
We could do whole seasons at a time.
Yeah, we'd have to sit down and watch them together though. Just be like, okay, we're gonna force the Discord to watch Red versus Blue because each season's like an hour.
Yeah.
No, it's
what another fucking time capsule.
That I've only seen the first 5 seasons because after Blood Gulch Chronicles, they're like, well, let's get serious, and I respect it, but I like it silly.
I was there for the.
I endlessly would quote Tucker. Funniest character ever.
That doesn't.
Just
you know what? That doesn't surprise me.
The sheer running out, and it's just Church, wait, Church, I have something to tell you. And he's just sprinting out. I have a hardline text. Can you use Patrick Bow Wow? How did you hear that? I know when I'm needed. That is so good. Just the huffing and puffing of it's like I had to run here to just get this out.
God.
Great show.
Another fucking time. This episode is also kind of like one of those time capsule-y episodes.
This was one of the funniest episodes of this show.
Really? I think it's kind of mid, honestly.
Okay, not funny as in like, ooh, this was full of great jokes, but like, what a good scenario.
The scenario is good.
And I don't know, it was kind of nice to not have as much of an A and B plot. Like, there was a B plot of the wedding, but it still tied directly into the A plot or the B plot or whatever you want of them escaping. It was like, no, we're all in the same spot dealing with kind of one unified problem. Yeah. Rather than the boys are off touching themselves and Rusty is trying to drink himself to death, you know?
It's one whole... Baron's getting married to Dean. Everybody else is trying to rescue Dean.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, this is it was a very focused episode. So I guess funniest, sorry, isn't the best way, but it was a very strong episode narratively. Unix be crazy, though. That was a weird addition.
This was the first episode Public wrote for season 2, and last one, Victor Echo November, was the first one Hammer wrote, and both of them really wanted to do Hank as the Bat. So when they sat down to write the episodes for season 2, they immediately did Hank as the Bat. It's fucking shared brain cell.
I love that, because it works because it's like, oh, he wore the bat for the date, or he wanted to, and then that didn't work, so he wore it again for Halloween then. It just comes across like Hank is really insistent on wearing the costume pretty much anywhere.
And this was 2006. So 2006, Dean was the more popular brother. So this season, first season, Dean was the popular brother. This season, now Hank is the popular brother.
You just said, huh?
This came out in 2006. I don't know if I thought that would be a little more relevant to what I was saying, but it did not. Besides, like, some of the jokes later.
Okay. Yeah, I like Hank more. I find him funnier.
Yeah, he is. Dean got the love interest right away, but that kind of, like...
fizzled out.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Negative Riz.
Honestly, they don't really get love interests until, like, the last season.
And that's just because you feel bad for them at that point. It's pity love interests.
Well, by then, they're, like, 18 and shit.
Yeah. Like, right now, they act like such children that them having a serious love interest outside of, like, a fleeting crush would feel wrong.
Yeah.
If by season 7 they've developed even like some level of maturity, not a lot, it doesn't have to be a lot, but just like
surprisingly a lot. We get
that's fair
for an animated show from the 2000s. You think like Family Guy or something like that. You get a lot of character development.
Yeah, and I think once these two guys undergo character development, it makes sense to be like, okay, we're gonna give them girlfriends now.
Everybody except Rusty, to be honest, but
because
Rusty's an adult, he's not gonna change.
Well, and I think the whole point of Rusty is that he won't. Even if he like had the epiphany and realizes he has to, he will refuse to, just cause.
Just out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have? That this is like a time capsule episode with... There's a lot of dated language and jokes. I didn't really like any of the Underland characters. Like, their whole jokes were their name, like the Magic 8 Ball and Cat Clops. And that's kind of it.
Girl Hitler was just... the girl
that's that's
like,
peak mid-2000s joke, too.
Yeah, and not knowing it was like, this is now offensive. It's more just like, we can do better.
Yeah.
You know, you could have... I don't know, I don't like saying you could do better, because I don't know what you could have done, but, you know, it could have been better. And I know that.
I watched this on DVD, so I got to turn on the commentary. Because Venture Brothers has been removed from HBO in America, so now I gotta bust out the DVDs.
When did that happen?
Whenever I tried to watch this, like 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Allegedly, it's on Netflix, but I don't have that, and I'm not paying for Netflix until all of Cobra Kai season 6 is released, and it's being released in 3 stages.
Okay. So here's Colin's rant for the week. No. Have I ranted about streaming on this podcast?
At least twice.
Okay. I hate streaming because I want to have a season of television a year. And the fact is, they used to be able to do it. It used to be like, yep, we're going to put out, it's going to start in September, it's going to end in April, and we'll be back next year. And it's still being done by some shows. Like Abbott Elementary is great and doing it.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, it's great. And it's this obsession with prestige TV and being like, what if we cast movie actors in every role who we can't afford and we have to work around their schedules? It's like Stranger Things should be over. So far over. And it's not. But then also this weird thing of like, we're going to release it in we're going to release each season in multiple stages. And it's like, it's a transparent attempt to just try to sustain hype longer. Because you know that everything's a flash in the pan now. Because you take so long between seasons that everyone binges it the day it comes out, we talk about it for a week, and then something new comes along. Just release TV normally, please.
I will say, The Sopranos, this is in the long, long ago.
In the before times?
Yeah, in the before times. Did split their final season.
Interesting.
Because the creator, it was 20 episodes, and the creator wanted one more episode for 21 to, like, completely round out the story, and HBO said no. So, instead, he decided to split the season into 2 parts to make sure he got everything done that he wanted to get done.
See, and that is, like, justifiable, but, like, splitting Cobra Kai
split that
into
long.
3 parts? Why?
I'm so mad about that. Wait, let's see. Season 6, Part 1 of The Sopranos ended in 2006, June 4th, 2006. And then the last 9 episodes begin airing April 2007. So, like, roughly a year later, it was done. So you could think of it as, like, a 7th season. You just had to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the writer's strike is why Cobra Kai got split into 3 seasons. And also, some of them are doing movies now and other things.
But that just ends up being the problem with prestige television is you take so long between seasons that your actors get popular and then go book other things, and now it's like, well, now we gotta wait for everybody to get on board, but now Millie Bobby Brown's like 20 and married.
Oh, that's right, she's married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Yeah. Now she's Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
Anyway, I watched this with the commentary, and this is the episode where they make the bet about no more Star Wars references for this 3rd season. I think earlier in the season I mentioned that, because it's like, it's a free joke. Everybody's gonna get it. Everybody knows the Star Wars joke when they see one. And then the commentary for Love Bites is when they made the bet, and then they talked about their 8th grade pictures. I see why people like watching the commentary. It's very, like, we're kind of watching it with friends and we're all talking over the show. But I haven't seen some of these earlier seasons in a while. So when I'm trying to get, like, the content, like, there's people talking over this. It's kind of annoying. So I think from now, I'm just gonna watch it and then watch it with the commentary. Most of the commentary isn't any different from what I've been getting out of the art book.
Yeah.
My favorite reference in this one were the Henry the 8th wives or 7th wives, whichever dirtbag Henry.
Yeah.
His 6 ex-wives. All dead.
It's the 8th.
And when Dean strips, they did plan for full frontal nudity on that one, but they removed it.
good. Yeah.
Which is, I think... Oh, yeah, last time I talked about that one, because Brock was hunting them naked. Sometimes they would animate this under the censor bars, and sometimes they didn't, so sometimes you get them on the DVD, sometimes you don't.
Interesting. Yeah.
But this is the last of Baron Underbite, I believe.
Is it?
They both kind of got sick of writing him. He's not really in a whole lot of episodes, like 3 episodes in season 1.
He's interesting, but I can see how it's like, I don't know where we'd go with him other than more stuff, you know.
Oh, he is in
like just the same thing
in later seasons, but not really.
But just like it's like
he's not a main villain.
He's gonna do the same. He's gonna do the same stuff, you know, over and over again, kind of thing, you know. I don't think there's room with him.
Yeah, I think they bring him back in season 4, and I think around there they have a better idea of what to do with him. He's not in the movie. Honestly, by the time he's in the Revenge Society, which is another supervillain group, they're just kind of... his story kind of runs its course. Coffee members can listen to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1 early. Link available in the show notes or YouTube description.
My brain was about to jump straight to the intro question. Wow.
Hey, we don't have...
Who are we? You don't need to know that. All that matters is the story.
Yep.
If you're enjoying what our mystery show is doing, there are numerous ways to support the show on our Beacons page.
Show?
Yes, I did. Mystery TTRPG Theater 5000.
Catch the chaos live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/The Forgotten Troop. I don't think I have anything else. Let's see,
No, me neither. It was...
have like 30 minutes of NHL logos to sift through.
Yeah,
a brief mention of streaming services and the long wait for shows.
It gets me in fair, like...
Stranger Things is the best example because they started that as literal children and now they are grown-ass adults.
Yeah, like Millie Bobby Brown being married is like such a big thing to me.
And their
it's
characters are still supposed to be like 14.
14, yeah. And they're like, well, we're gonna do a time jump. Okay, but season 4 ended with like this encroaching darkness. How are you gonna do a time jump? Oh, so the darkness didn't encroach as fast as we thought? Or are you just gonna go post-apocalyptic? Because I don't want to see that.
If they... have you seen Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice?
No.
Okay.
You can spoil it though.
I guess if that...
Spoiler warning for Beetlejuice.
Very vague spoiler warning, but they didn't recast Jeffrey Combs, who played Charles Dietz in the first movie.
Yeah, no, they just cut his head off.
Yeah, and then anything that would have had his face in it was animated.
Yeah.
So, like, explaining how he died, like, that's your spoiler, is that he's dead. Explaining that was like a goofy little animation. So you could do that, I guess, to cover the time gap, so that way you can de-age people without it looking weird.
But even then, it's like... You've seen Stranger Things season 4, right?
It's weird, because she's supposed to be 14, and she's...
But, like, the way it ended is they're all, like, looking out over the town.
And it's getting,
and this,
like fucked by the tentacles.
This cloud... Yeah, and it's like, oh my gosh, no. And what, we're gonna jump ahead 5 years from there?
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna explain. Honestly,
So
when they made
it's-
Hopper quit
it's-
smoking, it's kind of when I mentally checked out because that man needs his emotional support. Cigarette.
So it's either gonna go full on post-apocalyptic, in which case everything that actually drew people to the show, which was the character relationships in the 80s of Ida, is gone, because now it's just an apocalypse movie. Or it's like, hey, so you know how the town was getting fucked by tentacles?
Yeah, we changed it.
It wasn't actually,
Yeah.
but it is now.
Yeah, or do some weird de-aging, which always looks. It hasn't gotten better since Tron Legacy.
No, I think they have. I think they did confirm it's going to be a time jump, but I think it's going to be really weird regardless. Will I watch it? Yeah, I want the closure.
I don't think I care about the closure anymore.
I do, but I don't. Like, I think Netflix's best ever release cycle was Fear Street.
I loved Fear Street. That was so good.
They're like, we made 3 whole ass distinct horror films.
Yeah, all with the
that
same-ish
same
story.
same cast. It all ties together. You can watch any of them individually because they have strong plots, but it's even better if you watch all of them together. And we're gonna release one every week
For 3 weeks.
for 3 weeks on a
good time.
Friday night. So it's like, enjoy your Friday night movie night with this slasher in July.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. Oh, and they're gay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
But like, not in a
Overt way.
I don't mean it's overt because they're. Thank you, Pat. It's not like in a we're doing this. Look at how good we are for doing this, and it's not in a oh well. I guess we got to do this because it's mandated. It's just there. It's just part of the story. It adds to the characters. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, and it's integral to the story. Is you can't change that part of the character without completely changing the story.
Just like in the book picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh, I wondered how we were gonna get to Dorian Gray today.
No, okay. So there are rumors, and I have not been able to find anything to substantiate these.
I have only seen rumors.
I have seen Instagram reels, but that there is a TV series coming up called The Greys, and it's going to be an adaptation of the book The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Now, for those of you who are uninitiated, I'm going to spoil a little bit of the picture of Dorian Gray for you. If you haven't read it yet, it's old and by Oscar Wilde. You don't have an excuse. Unless you're like 10, in which case, why the fuck are you listening to this?
You shouldn't be listening to this if you're a child.
Go play mini golf. We should get mini golf on the station.
Share like a blacklight mini golf so we can do it in the dark.
Yeah, can we like order a mini golf set with like a T-Rex and stuff up here?
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Okay, we'll check it. We'll check Space Amazon later. So anyways, Dorian Gray is about this very beautiful young man whose entire personality trait is he has 2 personality traits when he's introduced. 1, he's hot, and 2, he has no personality. Like that's it. He's just like this bland, hot dude. And this artist named Basil meets him and is like, holy shit, this is the hottest man I've ever seen in my life. I must paint him because being gay is illegal in the 1800s. And rather than putting my dick in him, I will paint him, and maybe I'll put my dick in that? ? No, I won't, but I'll think about it. And so Basil paints him, and there's other stuff going on, and I'm not gonna like go deep into the book right now. I'll do that another time. But basically Dorian looks at the painting and is like, wow, I look so fucking good in that. I would give my soul to never age and look like that forever and have the picture age in my place. And apparently that's all you need for the devil to be like, sure. Okay, no contract, no signing, nothing, but boom, now he is cursed.
Excellent, as he should be.
But anyways, all this to say, the crux of the plot, the main point is that Basil is in love with Dorian. Now, obviously, because Oscar Wilde was writing this in the 1800s, he couldn't explicitly be like, and Basil wanted his dick in Dorian's ass so bad, he just had to paint him. But he really heavily implies it. But it's like the main thing that happens. Without that happening, the story doesn't happen because Dorian doesn't sell his soul for the painting. In this TV series that is apparently happening, according to Instagram, people are talking about, is they want to make Basil and Dorian brothers.
Yeah. That doesn't work when the whole crux is Basil has a fucking crush on Dorian.
Yeah.
Obsession, my bad. Unless they're... No, I can't really explain that. No, because it's just fucked up if you... Nope.
Yeah, like, it's like, ooh, like, don't be like, oh, guys, we're gonna, do, what's it called? Fuck, oh, no, Netflix has announced a new series.
Is it Dorian
Modern
Gray?
series.
Oh, that's
Okay,
even
okay.
better.
Via deadline.com, August 20th, 2024. The picture of Dorian Gray is getting a TV series treatment with the Greys in development at Netflix, Deadline has learned. It hails from Berlanti Productions and Warner Brothers Television, where the company is based. A rep for Netflix declined comment. Written by Katie Rose Rogers, The Greys is a contemporary take on the Oscar Wilde classic about a fascination with eternal youth. Set against the backdrop of the modern beauty industry. In a twist on the Gothic novel, the series revolves around siblings
so
Basil
excited.
and Dorian Gray. Okay. Look, we're gonna have a big talk next week about Dorian Gray, because we've done a lot of rambling this episode, and I don't want to overdo it.
Well, Lawrence of Arabia.
Dorian Gray is my favorite book. Ever.
I've never read it, although I probably should, because it seems like it's up my alley.
It's very short too. Like it's a novella. You can also like buy it on like Kindle for like $2.
Yeah, I can probably just get it for free because it's so old.
But it's fantastic. Everyone should read it. And
that's it. Read the Portrait of Dorian Gray. That's your homework for next week.
The article being like, it's about her obsession with beauty. Like, yeah, but no. That's not what the book is about. It's about sin. So, sure. Also, making it a TV series is weird. Don't do that. Dorian Gray is, again, short. Make it a movie. Please don't try and drag this out into 5 seasons of Basil and Dorian wanting to be stepbrothers who fuck.
That's where I was going. Or worse.
I'll kill myself. Or worse, actual brothers who want to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is worse. Also, and this is like a side note. This is what I'm gonna look. This is what the bat is gonna leave you with. In every adaptation that is like popular, Dorian's hair is black. In the 2009 movie where he's played by Ben Barnes, he's got Ben Barnes' black hair. In League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is a great movie, he's played by Stuart Townsend, who has black hair and a little beard. And that is what people think of when they think of Dorian Gray, is like shoulder length black hair and sometimes a little beard, and that's wrong. In the book, he's blonde and clean shaven and baby faced, and the whole point is that he looks like an angel. And when he later becomes corrupted, he still looks like that. He looks angelic in appearance, but he's a shitty, horrible person. And that is the whole point of the text. And they're like, yeah, but tall, dark, and handsome. No.
What a very long thing to leave everybody with.
I just know that this fucking Netflix series is gonna give Dorian dark hair again. I can feel it in my bones. Anyways, the bat is out. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And we'll see you either in next week or in a few weeks. Who's really to say? We're gonna hang out with Orpheus and the Order of the Triad.
And in the meantime, join the Discord where we watch stuff.
We watch things sometimes, Twin Peaks, movies, sometimes we do games.
The Kilmer cast is probably coming back soon. And we're watching Prince of Egypt, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And for the November version, we're not watching a Kilmer movie. In honor of its 50th anniversary, we're watching Phantom of the Paradise.
I'm excited for that. I will wait before I watch that one. I have a tab of it open, so I don't forget.
I know. I saw that. I saw that when you were screen sharing earlier.
I had to
and it
make sure I
reminded me of
had
it.
appropriate tabs open on this computer.
I briefly owned that movie on Blu-ray.
Really? What happened to it?
I got rid of it because I was like
Oh.
decluttering my Blu-ray
That's fair.
collection. I should get it again though. It's okay. So the bat will actually leave you with this, and this is a lot more interesting and fun. My hometown before I moved to space was Winnipeg, Manitoba, which was like the only place where Phantom of the Paradise did fucking numbers.
Apparently.
It was widely reviled everywhere else. It's a cult classic now, but in Winnipeg, everyone was like, no, this rules. This is great. Why Winnipeg? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But they hold a little festival about it every year.
That's cute, though.
I know. I've never been. It's just like this movie that was hated as a cult classic, but Winnipeg the whole time was like, nah, this is pretty good. To my knowledge, and I could be wrong, it doesn't have anyone from Winnipeg in it. It was not shot in Winnipeg. It has nothing to do with Winnipeg. They all were just like, nah, I like this.
We like this.
So that's...
I don't think there's anything like that for my area. There was a Tom Hanks film that was filmed around here. But that was when I was a kid. I don't remember anything about it. Road to Perdition, I want to say it's called. Oh, and Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman had a movie about Holland, Michigan. But they filmed it in fucking Tennessee for the downtown Holland shots. Because too many people found out when they were filming around here and wanted to go be extras and go see it. And that would be really cool to see, having been on a movie set in high school. My high school band's in an Ed Harris movie, I want to say.
Nice.
But
there was an article.
in Tennessee. And you know what is in Tennessee? Ohio State fans. And they had their flags out. And we very much do not like Ohio State in Michigan. So you can see it in the movie. And a lot of people around home were like, what the fuck? I'm not going to see this movie anymore. Because of the flags. So there's like the opposite version of that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like... I was looking it up. It's a fan-organized festival dubbed Phantom Palooza was held in Winnipeg in 2005, where the fan base took particularly strong root. And there was a blog post.
I wonder how much it would cost to like rent out.
But why Winnipeg?
So I can
And it's just like the short answer is we don't know. We didn't know at the time. We don't know now. And it's just for whatever reason, Winnipeg liked it.
If I got to choose a movie to force everybody to enjoy as a cult classic, it would be In the Mouth of Madness.
Do you read Sutter Kane?
Do you read Sutter Kane?